Welcome to the podcast with purpose.
Welcome back to the podcast with purpose. I am your host, Nate Link, and today we have a special guest with us. I'd like to welcome Shaye Cavanaugh. Shaye is from NBT Bank. NBT has been a great partner with Human Technologies. They've played a critical role in us fulfilling our mission of creating employment for people with disabilities. If you're unfamiliar with NBT Bank, their roots date back, I believe, almost to 1856, which actually predates the Civil War. So they're obviously doing something right. In some of the conversations I've had with folks over at NBT, they've used the line small enough to care, but big enough to make a difference, which perfectly aligns with Human Technology's vision and beliefs. Today, Shaye is here to talk to us about the NBT at Work program. It is a great resource for our employees here at HT and pretty much anybody who gets to be part of it. I am going to stop talking now and turn it over to Shaye. Shaye, first of all, welcome, and then thank you, and then tell us about the NBT at Work program.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me today. So I'm happy to be here. This is my first podcast situation. So my name is Shaye Cavanaugh. I work for NBT Bank. My role at NBT Bank is a retail team leader, but for the NBT at Work program specifically, I'm an employee liaison. So what that means for all of you here is I'm helping to make sure that you get the most out of your NBT at Work experience. I'll introduce a couple of my team members as well. So Casey Hilsinger really oversees the NBT at Work program. Her role is also an employee liaison, so she's going to be working with all of you to make sure that you get the most out of your experience. A couple other names, Mike Bowker. He's technically the corporate liaison, so he's going to work more on the corporate side. And Leanne, Nathan, you guys all have my contact information. So if any of you guys ever needed anything, you can reach out to us and we can find answers for what you're looking for.
Beautiful. Now, what is NBT at Work?
So NBT at Work is a free voluntary financial wellness program. So you can find all your financial literacy resources in this program. It's really meant to make sure that you can make your financial decisions confidently in the future, and you have the resources that you need to do that. What you'll get out of your NBT at Work experience is you'll get enrolled into an NBT at Work portal. I feel like I'm saying NBT at Work like 20,000 times in this, but it's really going to drill it into your heads. So you'll get a 24/7 access to this portal where you'll find all your resources that you'll need, different topics such as home buying, retirement, budgeting and savings, insurance. It's ever changing. So I'm thinking in my head because we just added a couple different insurance topics. There's home and auto insurance, different retirement topics. So we broke that out into two segments. So really one is focused more on those individuals focused on retiring in 5 years. And then another topic for those who have just started saving. We really tailor the experience to the individuals themselves. So on the portal, you'll also find 3 to 5 minute videos. So we know that you might not have the time to sit there for a half an hour and watch a video. So we added 3 to 5 minute videos on subtopics of the overarching major topics. So a good example of that is cybersecurity. We added a couple different videos on protecting your password, protecting your information online, and we're always adding to the portal as well. In addition to the portal, we have financial literacy sessions. So I know some of you may have attended them in the past. What those are, they're 25 to 30 minute financial literacy sessions. You can join them virtually or as like a hybrid session. So this year, I think we talked to Leanne a little bit about maybe doing like a lunch and learn type situation. Mm-hmm. We know food is a good incentive for people, including myself. So we like to just provide food and make sure that people can attend those sessions and learn about financial literacy. And when you enroll into the program, you vote on the topic that you're most interested in learning about. So we want to make sure we're teaching a topic that you're interested in as well.
That makes total sense. I know. So I consider myself somewhat financially savvy. We had a lunch and learn. Mm-hmm. I think it was last year. And it was based around retirement. And I got to tell you, I picked up some pointers that made me in the long run shift some of what I'm doing right now with my portfolio and different things of that nature. It was just so beneficial to me. And I know I've always walked out better for knowing, and just feeling like I've learned something. So it was great. You're talking about financial wellness, that term. What is financial wellness?
So I like to define financial wellness as feeling in control of your month-to-month finances, or whatever period of time you really want to put on it, but typically a month time. So really just feeling confident when making your financial decisions. If you set a goal or a financial goal or like a future goal, like I want to go on vacation next year, making sure that you're on track to obtain that goal. So that's what financial wellness would be.
Yeah, that's huge. I know, money for anybody, whether you have a pile on the table or a little bit in your pocket, it's important, and it can shift how you feel day to day. And I think a lot of people sometimes they can get in a situation where it may just be out of control for them. They don't know how to get back on track, and that can be a scary thing. So, this is definitely an inviting thing for anybody who is in that situation or just wants to your point, learn how to budget for a vacation, or maybe in a few years get that vehicle or that down payment for that house they've been wanting.
Yep.
This is a great resource to really get yourself there.
And with financial wellness too, sometimes it's something that you don't want to think about or you don't want to talk about.
Yes.
And then it can get out of control if you're not thinking about it. And each month you're not sitting down to do that budget. Mm-hmm. This program just gives you that opportunity to really look at that in what we hope is a comfortable setting where you can really take control of your finances.
Yeah. And that's what a resource. So how would I get started with this? How would I do it?
So to enroll, we wanted to make it as simple as possible, literally a click of the button. So there's a couple different options. So there's probably a link you're going to include at the bottom of the podcast.
Yes. So anybody listening, in the show notes, anything that Shaye talks about today, I will have a link in the show notes. Whether you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, there will be a link in the show notes. And also, if you watch this on our website, I'll have direct links under the video as well.
Great. So that link, you can click the link. It'll say enroll now. So you click that button, mm-hmm. fill in some of your personal information, as well as vote on a financial literacy topic that you're most interested in learning about. And you're going to input a company code. So for Human Technologies, you have a unique company code. It's 02196. Mm-hmm. And that will just show us on the back end that anybody from Human Technologies who votes on the topic that they're interested in, we can evaluate those survey results and then hold the financial literacy session that you're most interested in. So
that seems almost too easy.
Yeah, it is. We like to make things very easy. Once you're enrolled, you won't get hounded by emails either. So you'll get max 3 emails from our marketing department per year. Mm-hmm. And all those emails will tell you are things that have been added to the portal that will be beneficial for you and your financial wellness.
And I know you and I were talking offline earlier. You were talking about there's incentives that go along with this program. Can you tell me about those as well?
Yeah, definitely. So with this program, as we mentioned previously, it's free, it's voluntary. There's nothing that you're obligated to do. It's just resources for you. However, we do have incentives that are offered right through the portal. And those are, if you're already an NBT customer and you have an account with us and you're enrolled into the program and set up direct deposit, it can be any portion of your paycheck. So it can be $10, it can be $50, whatever you want to set up. If you have all 3 of those things, you're eligible for $50 just credited to your account. If you open a new account and set up direct deposit, enroll into the program, you're eligible for $100. Nothing additional there. You just get $100 into your account. And then HSA, if you open an HSA, you're eligible for $50 if you enroll into the program. You don't have to memorize any of that. It's all on the portal. Just look at the portal.
That all sounds great. Now, how do we wrap this up? How do we get moving, get going? What should our listeners start doing now to get this in action?
So next steps would really just be to enroll. Click the link at the bottom of the podcast, enroll, use the company code, vote on your financial literacy topics that you're interested in, mm-hmm. and then poke around the portal, get familiar with it, see if there's any topics that are missing that you want to see, and reach out to myself, to you, to Casey, to Leanne, and basically we'll get it added for you. We're revamping the program all the time. And then also, I didn't mention this earlier, but we do hold those financial literacy sessions, but they can be overwhelming if there's a lot of people there and you want to talk about your financial wellness. It's a personal topic. We can get you connected to an expert in our bank, at the bank, to make sure that your questions are being answered. So,
And this is all free.
all free.
Okay, so let's go through here. We are going to get ourselves in line financially. We're going to become financially healthy. Okay. It's offered to us in a group setting or on an individual basis if we want. We can vote on the topics of what we want to learn about. Okay. There's incentives to do so. And again, all of this is free. So we can really get ourselves in check financially. It's free. It can be down to a level where it's just one-on-one with another person. Why wouldn't we do this?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying as well. All right, Shaye, I thank you very much for joining us today. Again, I have sat in on a bunch of these NBT at Work. Here in Human Technologies, we'll call it the Lunch and Learns. And I have found them beyond beneficial. And I would recommend highly that anyone who has opportunity to attend a Lunch and Learn or just get in the portal and look around and start learning that way, please do so. This is such a great resource from our partners at NBT. I'm thankful that they offer this program to us and are partnering to bring this to us. So thank you again, Shaye.
Thank you so much for having me. Can't wait to see all of you at NBT at Work.